Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, and we are here with Rat and Tatter, who are our fated pair. They are currently doing a challenge that involves a lot of dice rolls, just like when you're playing D&D. We'll roll a d20 to determine the outcome of certain events, or in this case, more to determine which events happen and how we have to react to them. It's been a very fun challenge thus far, and I'm excited to see this next bit of it, as I'm sure you guys are too. So a wolf's life is about one thing, passing on its genes to the next generation. All else, from hunting elk to defending a territory, drives toward this single goal. You and your mate survive the hazards of the wilderness long enough to meet each other, form a bond, and survive the winter. Now you can try to realize this goal. With pups of your own, you and your mate will become the breeding pair, sometimes called alphas, of your pack. Their survival and the survival of your genetic code will be your responsibility. Even with all the dangers you've faced to reach this point, your real struggle has only just begun. So we're going to be jumping in with these two, but before we do anything super dramatic, we actually have to roll first, because of course this is technically a new dawn. It's kind of not dawn, but you know what, it's the start of a new day. So let's see what is in store for us on this day. Alright, well, we've gone ahead and rolled for our challenge here, and yeah, we got switched to accurate for a day again, so we're going to be doing that. Right now, again, we're still kind of operating on a limited challenge set, just simply due to the fact that we don't have pups yet, so I'm going to go ahead, we'll switch that over, and then we'll set out properly into Slough Creek and figure out where we want to put our den. I think I want to avoid hunting today if we possibly can, just because we are on accurate. It's going to be better to do that when we're on challenging and we don't super need food at the moment. We'll probably try and hunt some hares if we can and get some water and such, just to keep our food from dropping too low, but we do need to figure out where we want to be, and I'm trying to consider what the best option for that is going to be, because there's some challenges that involve moving dens, there's challenges that involve teaching pups to swim. There's all kinds of things that can be quite difficult, so we want to pick our den very carefully. Also, I would like to apologize for some of the technical issues over the past few episodes. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I just got a new computer that comes with some troubleshooting, and I've been getting weird errors that I've never seen before, and I think it's something to do with being on Windows 11 for the first time. So I'm having to figure out how all of this works. I'm going to be monitoring it more closely this episode, because it kind of caught me off guard last time and dropped the frame rate really bad, so I apologize for any of the scuff there. I'm hoping it will be better. I can't promise that it will, but I'm gonna do my best. But yeah, we want to pick somewhere carefully to end up setting up here. We want to be cautious. I think it might be wise to pick somewhere in the second meadow area, I'm thinking, because that should give us, well, actually no, because some of those dens are pretty far from water. The McBride area is often the area to be, so I think we might choose some of the dens around there. Now, we could get moved if we're not careful, so I think we'll pick some of the dens that are a little further away. In fact, that means we should start marking right about here. And yep, we gotta make a scent post, but I think this is gonna be the best area to hang out. I know that's where we have Maple and the Lakeshore pack too as well. But I think it's still going to be best for Rat to have, this is kind of where the highest den density is, so I think it's going to be a good spot for her to be. Oh, here we go. We've actually finished off with the territory marking, and now it's time to name our pack. And I think we're actually going to go ahead and call the pack the Ragged Pack. Of course, their challenge is the Fate Trials, but for the pack itself, this is going to be our Ragged Pack with a Rat and Tatter, and we will go ahead and progress to choose a den. I'll show you guys on the map in just a second here, once it says we've established our territory and all and brings us to spring. We have mostly established the territory. There's one more hex that I'd like to claim. Oh, there we go. We're back into well, early spring, but there is one more here. I honestly do want to round out this territory a little bit more. We should have marked more in First Meadow, but otherwise we're probably going to be mostly in this center hex around McBride. So I'm going to do a little bit more marking. We're very tired, but we're going to have our pups soon. So that's it's not necessarily a bad thing at the moment, although I do want to get off of accurate. I think it's going to be more important to finish this and then progress to the next day. We've been doing all right. We're not that hungry. We've just been hunting hares and getting a little bit to drink when we have the chance. It's mostly going to be when the pups arrive that we don't want to have to be worrying about being on accurate. And knowing me, the game seems to have been favoring the accurate challenge. Knowing me, it'll put us right back on it. However, once we have pups, a lot of new challenges will unlock. I've admittedly had to keep re-rolling a lot of stuff because we kept getting puppy challenges and we didn't have pups. So that'll make things a little bit easier. Oh, is this another hare? Let's go ahead, we'll grab it. Just keep our own food up a bit, although I think it resets when we have pups anyway, so we probably don't have to worry too much about it. Alright, I think we're actually going to make our first den up here. We haven't, well, we've used this one quite a bit with the Lakeshore pack, but I don't think we've had a wolf start out here, so we'll go ahead. We will hit yes. It is an open den, so we do have to be mindful of eagles, but we are going to go ahead and claim it, and oh, look at Tatter rolling around. But I think we're going to call this the first trial, because that's pretty much what it is. Your den is ready for pups. They'll be arriving soon, and we will see how many we have. Well, first of all, we have to choose our perks, though. That's right. Yes, I know about age perks. Let's go ahead and view what we have. So we need to be careful what we choose for Rat, because we have to keep in mind her challenges. Strength might be helpful. Well, and I think Youthful Progress is going to be a really important one to have, because competitors are more likely to flee. If we get the challenge where we can't back down, this is going to help us a lot. I think that's going to help us out. I also think it will be wise to get Fun Parent, because I think Rat, she's a bit of a chaotic wolf, but I think she could enjoy spending some time rolling around with the pups. But I think that's going to help us if we get the challenges that prevent us from socializing. And I think we'll also get Strength, because that'll help us if we have to have our hunting challenge will be a little bit stronger. Like for the challenges where we might have to not be able to back down, Strength will give us a little bit more ability to bring down our foe. And I think that's almost just as important. I know Rat has -2 health. I think that's going to be just as important, though, because Strength will give us that extra edge. It'll let us bring down the prey that much more quickly. So I think we're going to go ahead and pick these perks and advance to age 3. We will go ahead and hit yes. And holy, that's a lot of pups. Oh my gosh, it's 7. Oh, that is 7 pups. That could be both a blessing, because this is one of the challenges where we're definitely likely to lose some. But it could also be a lot harder if we get some of the difficult food challenges, like especially the one where we have to only hunt hares. That would be really rough. But we'll go ahead, we'll continue. We're not going to name these guys right now. We will see what they look like, and we'll be naming them in a couple of episodes after you guys have had the chance to submit names in the comments. So if you want to do that, you have the chance to send those in there. Let's see what these guys look like. Of course, we know how to raise pups. We've done this quite a few times before, but never quite like this. We've got the first of the pups, Ragged 2F. I think she's actually our firstborn. She is indeed, yes. Firstborn and first out of the den. Oh, but before I do anything here, we will meet the pups, but I think we should check our challenge. So I'm gonna take a brief pause to do that, because technically this counts as the start of the new day. I know I didn't sleep, but the game. Oh, Tatter's off, gonna go do something on his own, it looks like. But the game did set us to a new dawn, so we're gonna do a new challenge. Alright, well, we're back on challenging, and boy, did we ever get a heck of a challenge. We got a challenge where we can only hunt one specific type of prey, or otherwise we just have to go hungry. And I rolled to see what type of prey that was gonna be, and we got moose at the one time of year when there's pretty much no reasonable way for us to bring down a moose. There's no calves, no nothing. So effectively we just don't hunt today. So it's a good thing we have enough food for the pups starting out, but oh, that's not an easy challenge to get right off the bat. That's really not. This is not what I was hoping for. So yeah, this could be a little bit difficult. They are very cute pups though. Very, oh goodness, I know how to interact with the pups, goodness. Yeah, I'm still getting all the tutorial tips because I haven't played WolfQuest that much on this particular computer, so it's still trying to teach me about the game. But we're gonna go ahead, we'll bring these guys back. We can at least woof them into the den today, because that's another challenge. But we'll make sure they're full on food, which I probably should feed them. They're all just disappearing into the unknown. It looks like Tatter is helping feed them as well. But we're probably going to kind of try to lay low and just boost up the territory as much as we're able to. I suspect our scent post got overridden on that one. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try to boost that up, because there's also challenges that impact our ability to mark territory. So on the days when we're not dealing with one of those challenges, it's gonna be extra important that we make sure we stay on top of that territory, because even if it looks full, it may not stay full. And I'm trying to entice the pups back down here by feeding them over here, because I think that'll be better. I think we only have a few who've not really eaten yet, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like it's 2M and 3F and 6F, and they're all in the 90s anyway, so that's not bad. We did get them fed at least. This would have been a lot worse, yes. This would have been a lot worse if we didn't have that food starting off, but we're probably not going to get to eat much for the rest of the day, so let's send these guys in the den, and we will head off and do some territory marking. Oh goodness, 5F. 5F's going the long way around. You good? She's good. She'll figure it out. Whew, alright, we have made it back to the den. I've had this on so that we can see. These ones are ones, that one's a little lower. The 84 over here is a little bit lower because we just claimed that one. But I think this is a good enough start for now. Now we do want to make sure that we play with the puppies as much as we can, because that's another thing that may not persist, is the ability to play with the pups. This is why I wanted to pick Fun Parent, because Rat's going to want to get this affinity up to 100% every night that she's able to, because if we start having a challenge where we can't play with the pups or something like that, then that's going to be a big problem, and we want to make sure they're as full on affinity as possible when we start out. But with that said, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap this up here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. Don't forget, we will be naming the pups soon, but we'll probably be doing it after the next episode, so you guys have a little bit of time to send those names in for the Ragged Pack. Again, sending in a name doesn't guarantee that it'll be used. I get a lot of names and we only have 7 pups. Oh, look at 6F sitting over there with Tatter. That's so sweet. But yeah, I get a lot of names. We have only a few pups, so sending in names doesn't guarantee they'll be used, but I will be picking from among the names that you guys send in for the puppies. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and end off this episode here for today, I think, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.